Hello violinists, welcome back. In this lesson we're going to be perfecting our technique and in particular our playing on the G string. And we're going to start this lesson with a technical exercise that helps strengthen the left hand fingers, and by the end of the lesson you should feel much more comfortable playing on the G string and you'll have lots of pointers to help you achieve that goal. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's have your violin up on your shoulder, and I want you to check that your violin is neither straight in front and nor is it right to the side. So you should be in between somewhere at a 45-degree angle here. And then I want you to hoist your violin up on your shoulder so that this corner of your jaw is right above the chin rest. So your chin isn't actually on the chin rest. Now what I see quite a lot is that the violin starts to droop and people are playing with their violins a bit too low. So if that is you, get it up higher and you'll find it easier to play, in particular on the G string. Now let's stick this left thumb in the corner there and then bring your elbow underneath the violin so that your fingers start to point towards the G string. And you can see I'm stretching my fingers and I'm a lot higher than where I usually am on the G string, and I'm going to pluck the G string with my pinky. Like that. This is a super exercise, and what it does is stretches your muscles right here so that you start to curve around the instrument much more. It helps you point your finger, so the direction of your finger gets improved by this exercise, but also its strength. So let's practice that again 4 times. Lovely job. Next up is our ring finger, and I'm going to play my ring finger on the D string. And I want you to make sure that you're not plucking with the nail of your ring finger like that, but with the fleshy part instead. Here we go, 4 times on the D string. Wonderful. If you can't reach, which sometimes happens, people find that very hard to reach, it's okay if it's tricky, this exercise, because it's stretching you a little bit. But if you can't reach it, try bringing that elbow underneath the violin a little bit further. Next up is the A string, and we're plucking the A string with your middle finger. Here we go. And you've guessed it, your index finger is for the E string. Wonderful job, well done. Give your arm a really good swing, because not only do we want to extend so that you can bring your elbow underneath the violin more, but we also want to feel and become more aware of this flexibility in your arm there. So this exercise is really super useful. Now when you practice this at home, practice this a couple of times over, the whole sequence, G, D, A and E, because that is going to stretch your arm the most. And you might want to practice this for like 3-4 days in a row, maybe up to a week, and you'll feel a marked difference in how easy it is to play on the G string. Now let's get your bow, and we're going to think about the G major scale. And we're going to start that G major scale, as you know, on the open G string, and we're going to finish this scale on the 3rd finger on the D string. We're going to really focus on how we use short bows and long bows on this scale, a little bit in the way we thought about long bows and short bows in our previous lesson. And we're going to put those 2 techniques together, the scale and the bowing technique. And I'll show you first how we're going to do it. I'm going to start with a long bow on the open G string. So you may have noticed those were all short bows at the upper half of the bow. And I've finished now at the point, and we're going to play a long bow again here. And now as we are going to play down the scale, I'm going to play at the lower half of the bow. And I'm finishing with a whole bow on the low G. Will you join me? We'll play it together. 3, 4. upper half and now a long bow. Now stay at the lower half of the bow if you possibly can. Amazing, and that is a super technique. And you may have noticed, to be able to stay at the lower half of the bow, you might want to use longer up bows so that you keep going to the start of the hair right here. Let's play it again, and I want you to focus on that you're trying to reach the point as well as the heel of the bow when you play your short bows. Here we go, and long bow now, all the way. So make sure you don't actually finish here, but you finish right there. All the way back. And a super long bow. That's super playing, really good technique. Now remember the exercise that we started this lesson with, and we brought our elbow right underneath the violin, and I'd like you to do the same now while we play the scale. So we focused on the bowing, but right now we're going to focus on the left hand. If I bring my elbow underneath the violin, have a look at my fingertips. They are going to move towards the string where I need them, namely on the G string, you see. So you want to focus on bringing the elbow right under. Now you can bring your elbow right under like this if your violin's in the right position. So that's why I mentioned that earlier. If your violin's here, it's much more difficult to bring that elbow under, you see. So check your angle of your violin first of all, then bring your elbow right under and point your fingertips towards the G string. Now this time also, we're playing the same scale again, but I'd like you to focus on leaving your fingers on the string once you've played them. So you be very careful not to lift those fingers up and play one finger at a time. No, you add a finger to what you've already got on the string. That's a lot of things to remember, I know, but don't worry to watch this video over and over again so that maybe you can get one thing right the first go and two things on your next playing, and maybe, just maybe, three things when you play the video again. So here we go, are you ready? Elbow is under, fingers are hovering above the G string. Starting with a long bow now, and upper half. Long bow. That is such good practice. Well done you for sticking with this video and for having a really good go. That's amazing. So if you feel like you've learned something today and you're learning in this course, do please consider becoming a member of Henriette's Violin Club. And this is a violin club that you can enter at different levels. And I would suggest you consider joining at the bronze level. And bronze level is a general support for this channel. Obviously, teaching the violin is my job. And if you feel that you're gaining, please consider to support this channel so I can create more videos to help you learn to play. Thank you very much for your consideration. If you've got any questions, please use the comment section down below this video. And I very much look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.